Hey there friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here at Disney's Hollywood Studios to continue our search for alphabet pins. Now, if you haven't been keeping up, I got my puppy Finnick a pin board and I want to spell his name out of the alphabet pins, and so far we only have two. I have an I and a K, which means I'm missing the F, another I, two N's, and a C, and then that would be it. So hopefully we can score at least one. I'm gonna one alphabet pin. I really want the F. So I have my bag full of pins. My heart is also full of hope that we would find one. Let's do this. Here's a look at some of the pins that I brought with me today. So I have all of these on this pad and on this side. And I also brought with me my little pin folio full of pins. We have all of these here and these down here. All right, let's head inside the park and hopefully find one of the letters. We are also gonna keep our eye out for any real Disney pins that will trade very well later down the line to hopefully get us a good Zootopia pin. I collect Zootopia pins. So letters and real Disney pins today. Now, our first pin board is actually before we even enter the park. We have Movie Land, which is a little kiosk right outside the gate. So let's check out their pin board. So here's Movie Land. Let's talk to the cast member and see if they have the pin board. All right, and here's the pin board at Movie Land. Look at that genie. So we just found Dopey the other day, and now here's the genie, so I definitely want that. Now, these did end up at Character Warehouse, so they're nothing like super special, but it is pretty cool. And then here's a look at the board. We have a U, which we do not need. Oh, there's a Munchling. Munchlings are always good. They trade very well. I always tell you, if you spot a Munchling on the board, to go for it. So which do I want? Do I want the Munchling or do I want the genie? I mean, you could do both, but I just want to do one. So I say we take the Munchling and we'll put down the Donald and Mickey pin. And then I don't see any letters here, so that's gonna be it. We'll just take this one here. All right, friends, so we did our first trade. We got the Mushu Munchling. I think he's like dragon fruit, I believe, if I'm not correct. Sorry to the fruit community. Ooh, okay. But while I was at the board trading, I ran into a friend who watches Emma, and Emma had a Zootopia pin for me, and check it out, my friends. Shanghai Zootopia pin. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I told Emma, whenever it comes to like Zootopia pins, the answer is yes. So whatever you want, please take it. And if you need more than one, yes. So she really liked the Toy Story pins that I had there, the two Loungefly pins. And I was more than happy to trade because that is an incredible Zootopia pin. Wow, wow, wow. Off to a great start. Off to a really great start. So our first pin board was a very successful run. Now we're gonna head into the park. So I'm gonna scan my magic band and then we're gonna tackle every pin board and try to find every pin trading cast member in here. All right, so we made it into Hollywood Studios. Now our next pin board is gonna be here at Guest Relations. And here's a look at the pin board in Guest Relations. Another letter, very nice. I think that's an X. Now I don't need that, but good sign, good sign. They also have a U. Okay. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. Okay, so nothing on the pin board for me, but I'm hopeful now because we did see an X on there, and there was also a U, but U's on every board. But that X made me very hopeful. Now, our next pin board is gonna be inside Sid's / the Photo Pass Center. They have a pin board, and also there are pin traders who sit in there and do some trading. So I'm gonna ask around and see if any of them have any letters. All right, and here's a look at the pin board in Sid's. A lot of mini emojis there. Come on, any letters? Don't see any letters. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. So there was nothing on the pin board for me, and I did do some asking around in there, and none of them had it because mostly the silhouette letter pins are Boo Boo Kitty pins. They got faked a lot. So now the ones that you do see on the boards are 99.9% fake. So nobody really has them unless like they got them when they first released, and those people are hanging on to it because they don't want to break the sets, which is understandable. Now I don't care if the pin is real or fake, I just need the letter to spell Finnick's name. But yeah, nothing in there. Let's head to our next pin board. So our next pin board can be found here in the center at Crossroads of the World. And this is the pin board at Crossroads of the World. Okay, we got a Marvel pin, some Mickeys, I'm not seeing any letters or anything else that I want or need for my collection. So let's keep moving. Okay, so no letters on the pin board at Crossroads of the World. That's okay. Now we're gonna tackle all the different gift shops that are on Hollywood Boulevard, starting off with Mickey's of Hollywood. You can sometimes find pin trading cast members in there, so fingers crossed. Let's go. I asked around, no pin trading cast members here in Mickey's of Hollywood. It is pretty busy today, so usually when it's like too crazy, too busy, they won't have any pin trading cast members out. So let's head to the next location. Now we're gonna cross the street and head into 5 and Dime because they definitely have a pin board there. All right, this is the pin board in 5 and Dime. Okay, we're looking for letters. There's a U. I don't need a U. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. Okay, so the pin board was a wash. I want to just do a lap in here because sometimes they also have pin trading cast members. All right, and we did spot a pin trading cast member. Here's a look at their pins. So there was nothing on the cast members pin pad for me, but check it out. The Winnie the Pooh like frame pin set thing is available. It's $79.99. Now, if you're gonna start this like late in the game, you're gonna have a really hard time finding the first release, the second release, because all the people have purchased them and now they're selling them for like 200 doll hairs, which is insane. Resellers are the worst part of the pin community, if I'm going to be honest, and that is shade to the resellers. But this is so cute, and it's such a shame that now if somebody wants to start this who doesn't live locally, will have a hard time finding the rest of the pins, so it's a bummer. All right, so we found nothing at 5 and Dime, but as I was leaving 5 and Dime, I ran into a friend who watches, and they had the most incredible Judy Hopps pin, and it was the Pin Trader Delight. It's Judy with a little milkshake, I believe. I have the Lionheart pin in that set. Now those pins are very valuable, and I have nothing on me right now worth the value of that pin. Even if I wanted to trade multiple pins, I don't even think it's still enough to get me that pin. So I told that friend every Friday I sit at the Fetch Tree in Epcot, and I have a larger book with better pins, so they're gonna hang on to that Judy pin for me. Now I am competing with my friend Nico, who also collects Zootopia pins, and whoever gets it first is gonna be the clear winner. So I just gotta make sure I get it before Nico does. But anywho, our next pin location is gonna be Keystone Clothers, which is where they have like all of the Star Wars merchandise. So we're gonna pop in here because sometimes you can spot pin trading cast members. All right, and there are no pin trading cast members inside Keystone Clother. Now, just because I didn't find them right now doesn't mean that they don't sometimes be up in here. That sentence was horrible. But sometimes you can find pin trading cast members in here. So if you're coming to Hollywood Studios, make sure you're checking everywhere, and make sure you're also asking, because sometimes they'll have it like behind the counter or something, a little pin board, and they'll pull it out for you. So always ask. All right, so we're all done with Hollywood Boulevard. Now we're gonna tackle the gift shops that sit on Sunset Boulevard. But first, we do have a pin board here at the Walt Disney World Ticket Central Hollywood Junction, which is this thing here. It's where the guest experience team is. There's a pin board. Let's go see. All right, and this is the pin board at the Ticket Central Hollywood Junction. We're looking for letters. Oh, there's little Boo, little Tsum Tsum of Boo. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. And the pin board at Ticket Central Hollywood Junction was a wash. Now we're gonna tackle the gift shops on Sunset. And our first gift shop is gonna be Beverly Sunset, where you can find all of the Pixar merchandise. And unfortunately, no pin trading cast members inside here. Such a shame, but a lot of Pixar merch. I think I'm gonna do a video for TikTok and Instagram showing some of the Pixar merch, because there's a lot in here. Now let's cross the street and head into the Majestic Theater and see if we can find any pin trading cast members. Hooray, my friends, we spotted a pin trading cast member. Here's a look at their pins. And that was the only pin trading cast member here in the Majestic Theater, and there was nothing there for me, so let's head to the next location. And now we're gonna cross over to Sunset Club Couture because they have a pin board, and Sunset Club Couture connects to Once Upon a Time. Yes, it does. And they share a pin board, so let's pop inside and hopefully we can get a letter in here. So I haven't gotten to the pin board yet, but take a look at this Marie crew neck. Ding, 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 this is new. $64.99. There's also a Tigger one. So cute, also $64.99. Oh, I love this. Oh, there's another one. They have Daisy. Oh, the color is beautiful. The Mickey one. These are so cute, but it is so hot. I can't even think about wearing this, but it is absolutely adorable. All right, and here's a look at the pin board. Ooh, Star Wars BB-8. We got this guy too. There's a Donald. Oh, we got a letter, but it's the U. I don't need the U. And here's a look at the rest of the board. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. And there was nothing on the pin board for me at Once Upon a Time. Oh, that's okay. We did get to see really cute merchandise. So now we're gonna cross over and head to Sunset Ranch Pins and Souvenirs, which is the little kiosk there where they have the pins. Let's go. So here's Sunset Ranch Pins and Souvenirs, and the pin board is gonna be right at the register. So here is the pin board at Sunset Ranch Pins and Souvenirs. Minnie with a bob. Minnie with a bob. All right, any letters? Any letters, any letters? All right, no letters, but we also have a pin trading cast members pin pad, and here's a look at those pins. And no letters there either. I mean, there's the U, but like I said, you're gonna see the U a lot. These are everywhere. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. All right, so nothing on the pin board for me at Sunset Ranch Pins and Souvenirs, but that's okay. I've become very good friends with the cast member that works there, and I haven't been to Hollywood Studios in a while, so she was like, where you been, Loca? But she also collects Zootopia, so I had to show her the Zootopia pin that we just got, and she was like, wow, that is amazing. And I was like, yeah, yes it is. All right, so now we're gonna head to the Tower of Terror, because at the gift shop, the Tower Hotel Gifts, they have a pin board all the way in the back of the gift shop where you pick up your photo from the attraction. So let's go. And just to give you an idea of what the crowd is looking like here at Hollywood Studios, Tower of Terror is a 50-minute wait, but it might be even longer than that because the line is outside. That is wild. But we're not here for this. We're here for pins, so let's head to the gift shop. All right, and here is the Tower Hotel Gifts. Let's head inside and check out the pin board. Oh no, my friends, and there is no pin board at the Tower of Terror right now. It would be sitting right on that little stand there. All right, keep moving. Next location. So now we're gonna head towards Rockin Roller Coaster, because at the gift shop, Rock Around the Shop, they sometimes have pin trading cast members. So I feel like the last time we came here, they didn't, but like I said, you always gotta check, because you never know. You never know. And Rock Around the Shop can be located right here in the corner. All right, my friends, we got a pin trading cast member here in Rock Around the Shop. Here's a look at their pins. So we spotted a pin trading cast member. Now the cast member didn't have anything that I wanted or needed for my collection, but at least we spotted a pin trading cast member. So it's always good to just pop in and ask. So make sure you're doing that. All right, so we are all done with Sunset Boulevard and Hollywood Boulevard, and now it is time to start tackling all the pin areas that sit in the circle of Hollywood Studios. I'm sure there's a name, but it escapes me right now. So now we're gonna go check out the pin hat at the Brown Derby. So when you enter the restaurant, there's a counter, and on the counter they have a derby hat with pins all in it, and the cast member will spin it for you. So let's pop inside and check it out. All right, and here's a look at the derby hat. Awesome, thank you for spinning the hat, I appreciate it. Oh, so we do have a letter, we have a U, I don't need that. Oh, little Leia Tsum Tsum, she's a cutie. All right. No, I don't think I see anything here for me, but thank you so much. All right, so there was nothing for me at the Brown Derby, but I do like checking out the hat because I like when the cast member just spins the hat. I always find that so funny because I'm just there awkwardly talking and they're just looking at me like, all right, what's happening here? Alrighty, so we're all done with the Brown Derby, and now we're gonna head towards Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, because they have a merchandise little stand and they have a pin board there. Now the pin board used to be a little bit closer to like the street Hollywood Boulevard, but they kind of moved it back towards the exit of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So that is the new location for the pin board. And that pin board is where we found that Donald in the race car. That's an open edition and it's $12.99, and we found it on a pin board. Remember that day? If you've been watching and you remember that, let me know in the comments. This is where the pin board used to be, and now they moved it towards this back corner here, closer to the exit of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, that's where you can now find it, that red awning. All right, this is the pin board by Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Okay, who we got here? Mother Gothel, Queen Icon, mini emojis. Okay, no letters at all. Oh, that's pretty good. One of the character mugs. Yes, okay, I like that. So I'm gonna take that, and then let's put down, let's do this guy here. All right, my friends, and we did a pin trade. We got the snake character mug. These are also really good to have. Like Munchlings, they trade very well because they're in a large set. And I do believe they're gonna make other sets like this. So whenever you see these kind of pins, grab them. They're good, they trade well. And also you can do a bulk trade where if you take like 10 of these, right, it'll be the equivalent to getting a $100 pin, right? So you can trade away 10 of these and get a pin worth 100 doll hairs. Did that sentence? Yeah, maybe not, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I traded away that Mickey and Donald pin who's in a starter set. Now those pins are also good to have because they're real Disney pins. So if you're looking to get yourself some pins, if this is your first time pin trading, I recommend the starter sets. So if I see them in our next gift shop, I'll show you them because they're good. And then you do get a lanyard with it, and they're real Disney pins. So I highly recommend those as well. I believe they're $44.99 and you're getting 4 pins plus the lanyard, which is pretty good. One single pin here at Walt Disney World, the cheapest is $12.99 and then it does go up. But 4 pins, not too bad. Here at Indiana Jones Epic Stuntacular, they sometimes have a pin board. Now, if it's too busy or if they're in the middle of a show, they won't have it because they do need a cast member to kind of man the pin board. And, you know, when the shows are happening, they need all hands on deck to usher in the guests. But I'm gonna ask, and if they don't have it, that's fine, we'll move on. But I hope they do have it. So I spoke to the cast member and he told me, unfortunately, at this time, there's no pin board, which I figured, but again, it doesn't hurt to ask because sometimes they'll go grab it for you. It really just depends. Now, I kind of knew it wasn't gonna be there because it is kind of busy here at Hollywood Studios, so no pin board, but my friends, always ask to see the pin board because maybe they have one. If not, oh well, you move on, but you should be asking. Now, our next pin board is gonna be here at Frozen Fractals all around. Right here. Yes, I kind of ate that. I ate that. All right, and here's a look at the pin board at Frozen Fractals all around. All right, who we got here? Minnie with a bob. Minnie with a bob and the U. Okay, they're competing to see who's gonna show up the most on these boards. Any other letters? No. Mother Gothel, Queen Icon. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. All right, and the pin board at Frozen Fractals all around was a wash. And the cast member heard me sing and she was LOLing, which means I ate that up. I truly ate that up. All right, now let's head to our next pin board. This is the dumbest channel on the internet. This is so dumb. A quick honorable mention for Backlot Express Restaurant. It's a quick service, and my friends, they have the greatest chicken tenders and French fries. I highly recommend the chicken fingers and French fries. And I am very much a chicken finger French fry kind of person. You can take me to the most bougiest 5-star restaurant that sits on the top of the Eiffel Tower, and if they don't got chicken fingers and French fries, mama, I'm jumping. No, I'm just kidding. But I do love chicken fingers and French fries. I think it's the greatest meal. It's the greatest meal on earth. And Walt Disney World does have some of the best. All right, so our next pin board can be found at Tatooine Traders, which is the gift shop after Star Tours. So let's pop inside and check out their pin board. And as soon as we walk in, we spotted a pin trading cast member. Here's a look at their pins. And then here is the pin board at Tatooine Traders. All right, I do see a U. I do not need a U. All we're missing is Minnie with a bob to complete this board. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. So nothing for me at Tatooine Traders. It was crazy in there, like crazy busy. And also Star Tours has a 25-minute wait, which is wild. Usually Star Tours is like 5 minutes, which Star Tours, very underrated. I love that attraction. Now I did want to show you the lanyards with the pins on it, but it was just too crazy in there. So hopefully at our next gift shop, I can show you because they're really good. They're a really good deal. Now, Let's cut through Galaxy's Edge. Now, there is no pin trading in Galaxy's Edge, unfortunately. I'm still trying to get this petition rolling where we do pin trading at Galaxy's Edge, but you could only trade Star Wars pins. I think that would be pretty cool. And they would be like different badges and stuff like that. Sorry, whenever I see like a group of teenagers coming towards me, I always like have to shift the camera because every time I go back and rewatch, one of them is either giving me the finger or doing something ridiculous that I have to end up scrapping. So I saw some coming at me and I was like, pivot, 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 because it never fails. It never fails. They always go up in the background. Okay, so here is where Muppet Courtyard was. They added the concept art for the new Monsters Inc. area, which I want to take a look at. But I had someone ask me if the gelato stand is still like up and running, and yes it is. It's in that corner over there. It used to be deeper inside Muppet Courtyard, but it's closed now. So yes, gelato still available. Let's take a look at the concept art. All right, so here is a look at the concept art for the new Monsters Inc. area. So the water fountain is staying. Also, this theater building looks like it's still gonna be standing strong. We're gonna get some kind of restaurant here. This is gonna be the main attraction, the coaster, which I'm super excited about. There's Mike and Sully right there. We got a little parking lot. There's a kids splash area, which is going to be fun for the kiddos. I'm assuming a lot of merchandise over in this section. I'm excited. I am excited. Now, I did love the Muppets. I thought it was fun, but I also love change. I think Walt said it. Walt Disney World or Disneyland, whichever, it's not a museum. It's going to be ever-changing, which is good. And it's not like Muppets are completely leaving Hollywood Studios because Rockin Roller Coaster is getting a re-theme to Muppet Mayhem, I believe. So, all exciting things happening here at Walt Disney World, and I'll be tuning in for sure. Oh, I almost forgot your reminder to equal value trade. If you see where'd I go? If you see a good pin on the board, make sure you're putting down a good pin as well. Real for real Disney pin, please, please, so that way pin trading can stay like authentic and fun, because if there's nothing but Boo Boo Kitty pins on the board, then that's not so fun, Mr. Grinch. So put some real pins down. Okay, and here we are in Galaxy's Edge. Now I want to see what the wait time is for Rise of the Resistance, because that is an e-ticket attraction, and that will really gauge how crazy it is in here. 60 minutes. All right, that's not horrible. Yeah, not too bad. So last night I was organizing my pin book to get ready for Friday, because I like to sit at the Fetch Tree in Epcot and do pin trading there from 12 to 2:30. And as I was going through, I was looking at what's left of my Star Wars collection, and I'm not gonna lie, I have a little bit of trader remorse, because now my pins are just so, like, there's only a little bit of Star Wars. Now I'm not gonna dive back into it and go crazy, but as I was looking at it, I kind of got a little sad, like, wow, I really traded away all those Star Wars pins. It's okay. How cool would it be if one of these like vendors here in the Batu market was doing pin trading, and you were only trading Star Wars pins, and they were calling them like, oh, these are hero or Jedi and Sith badges, right? So if you got a Kylo Ren, you would give a Sith badge and you could swap them out, or creature badges for the different creatures in Star Wars. Just something to think about, Disney. I know you're watching. But I guess the problem with that though would be like kids or parents trying to do not Star Wars pins here in Batu, because that's why we have so many scrappers on the board now, is because here in Walt Disney World, they're not allowed to tell you no to a pin trade, because they were doing the diamond for diamond where you had to have a diamond back pin, and a lot of parents were complaining to, you know, Disney, saying, hey, like, my kid wanted to trade here, we didn't have a diamond pin, this is not fair, we have pins. And then it became a whole thing, and then they told them to stop doing diamond for diamond, which kind of sucks, because now, you know, anyone can trade little Boo Boo Kitty pins and take real ones. Now I keep saying, like, Boo Boo Kitty for Boo Boo Kitty is fine, you know, there's nothing we could do about it, right? Because again, the cast members can't say no, so scrapper Boo Boo Kitty pins are just gonna end up on the boards. But it just sucks, it really does. But there's nothing we could do about it. So that's why I don't think pin trading over here with my idea will do well, just because there will be more than just Star Wars pins on there. Soon you'll start seeing Puffles and everything else on there. So maybe it's not a good idea, but I don't know. I would like to see pin trading in Galaxy's Edge. All right, so I did my little walkthrough of Galaxy's Edge. I got my Star Wars feels. I'm feeling good about it. Now we're gonna head to our final pin board. Hollywood Studios doesn't have like a ton of pin boards, not like Animal Kingdom and Epcot, but at least there's pin boards here. Okay, final pin board, here we go. And our final pin board is in Toy Story Land, Andy's backyard, and the pin board can be found at the gift shop after Toy Story Mania. It's Jesse's Trading Post, and to get there, you're just gonna look for the Pixar ball and take the exit path all the way to the gift shop. Now, this is our final pin board and our final chance to find at least one of the letters we need to spell Finnick's name. All right, we made it into Jesse's Trading Post, and here's a look at the pin board. All right, our last chance. Oh, there's the U again. Muppet Vision 3D. Oh, Mickey Pirate pin, that's pretty cool. All right, my friends, no letters. All right, so that was our final pin board. No letters today. That's all right, we did get three really good pins today. So we ended up getting the little Mushu Dragon Fruit Munchling pin. We also got the Snake from Jungle Book character mug. And then we also got that really awesome Zootopia pin, which I'm trying to grab right now. 1 second, hold on. We also got that really awesome Zootopia pin, which is the win of the day, truly the win of the day. So no letters, that's all right. We're gonna try again in the next video. Now, I do want to take a look at the lanyards that I was mentioning, just so you can have an idea of what they have here. So when you come on your pin trading adventure, you're fully prepared. So here in Jesse's Trading Post, they have the Pixar pin starter set with Dory, Doug, Remy, and Maymay from Turning Red. So you're getting those 4 pins plus the lanyard, and this is, I believe, $44.99. It doesn't have the price here, but I believe they are $44.99, and they do have other sets. Now, because we are in Jesse's Trading Post, they only have the Pixar one. So let's head back towards the entrance of Hollywood Studios and go check out the pin store, because they do have more than these. So we made it back to the entrance of Hollywood Studios, and now I want to pop into the dark room, which is where they have all of the pins, pin accessories, and I want to show you some more of those starter sets. So they do have the 2025 pin starter set, and these are $44.99 with Pluto, Mickey, Donald, and Minnie. We also have the Park Icon one with Spaceship Earth and Figment, Mickey Cinderella Castle, Rafiki, Tree of Life, Stitch, and the Tower of Terror. We have a Star Wars starter sets, actually 2. So we have this one here, we have an Avengers one. Here's the Pixar one again. There's a Princess one here. We have some miscellaneous characters here. And then we also have Stitch and his cousins. There's a Pirate set. And again, these are $44.99. They also have this set, but this one only comes with 3 pins, and it's the same price as all the other ones. So I don't recommend this one. But I mean, if you like it, get it, but only 3 pins in this set. And then lastly, we have the birthday one. And that's it. That's a look at all of the pin starter sets. They have a pin trading jersey for $69.99, celebrating 25 years of pin trading. Alrighty friends, that is gonna do it for our time at pin trading here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now, unfortunately, we did not find any of the letters we need to spell Finnick's name, but that's all right because we're gonna keep at it. We're gonna keep going until we find every letter that we need to spell my little puppy's name. Now, it wasn't a bad day pin trading because we did get an awesome Zootopia pin. We found Munchling's character mug, so overall, not a terrible day. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. You can follow me on every single social media platform at WDW Kevin. I am the cockroach of the internet. You can find me just about everywhere, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.